247 BC, a child is born in Carthage. His name means mercy of Baal. The gods will need to be merciful. Rome is rising. His father is Hannibal Barca. Barca means lightning. The Romans learned to fear that name in the First War, but Carthage lost anyway. 9 years old, Hannibal begs his father, "Take me to war." Hamilcar agrees, but first he takes the boy to a temple. A sacrifice, smoke, blood, Hamilcar makes his son place his small hand on the dead animal. "Swear," his father commands silently. "Swear that you will never be a friend to Rome. Swear eternal hatred." The boy swears. He is 9 years old. He will remember for 57 years. Spain. Hannibal grows up among soldiers. He learns to fight, to track, to read men, to read ground. He sleeps on the dirt like his men, eats their food, shares their fires. They love him for it. His father dies in battle, drowning. His body never found. His brother-in-law takes command. Then assassins take him. 26 years old. The army chooses Hannibal as their general. The men trust him. They have watched him bleed beside them. He marries a Spanish princess, Emilce. She gives him a son. He barely sees them. War does not wait. Spain is not enough. Rome is the enemy. Rome must bleed. In 219 BC, Saguntum, a Roman ally city in Spain. Hannibal attacks. 8 months of siege. He is wounded. He keeps fighting. The city falls. Rome sends ambassadors to Carthage. They hold out their togas. "In these folds we carry peace and war. Choose." The Carthaginian Senate chooses war. Hannibal smiles. He already planned for this. Rome controls the sea. They expect Hannibal to come by water. They have ships waiting. Hannibal does not go near water. He looks at mountains. The Alps, snow, ice, cliffs, no roads. No mercy. No Roman expects an army there. Spring 218 BC. He leaves Spain with 90,000 men, 12,000 cavalry, 37 elephants. The Pyrenees first. Mountain tribes fight, men die. He loses 20,000 before he even reaches the real mountains. The Rhone River, 400 meters wide, strong current. The Gauls wait on the other side. They think water will stop him. Hannibal sends a force upstream. They cross at night, attack the Gauls from behind. The main army crosses on rafts. The elephants refuse to board. They build giant rafts, cover them with dirt, make them look like land. The elephants walk on. Mid-river, they panic. Jump off, the handlers drown. The elephants swim. They walk on the river bottom, raise their trunks to breathe. All survive. Hannibal watches. He does not panic. He learns. The Alps, October. Snow already falling. The men see the peaks and shake. No one crosses mountains this late. No one crosses these mountains at all. Hannibal gathers them. Italy lies on the other side, he tells them. Rome lies on the other side. Follow me. The path is ice. Men slip, fall into nothing. Horses scream all the way down. The elephants slide. Cannot stop. Some go over. Mountain tribes attack from above. Roll boulders. Throw spears. Men die without ever seeing who killed them. One pass is blocked by a landslide. Huge rocks. No way around. The men weep. They will die here. Hannibal looks at the rock. "Build a fire," he orders. They pile wood against the stone. Burn it for days. Then he brings vinegar. Pours it on the hot rock. The rock cracks, splits. They break it apart with tools. They pass through. 9 days climbing. The men are starving, freezing, desperate. They reach the top and see more mountains, more snow, more death. Hannibal rides to the front, points down. "Look," he says, "Italy. The Po Valley, green, warm food, it is all downhill from here." Downhill is worse. The path is steeper, icier, men lose footing, slide into ravines. Elephants fall on men, men fall on men. 15 days total. They emerge with 26,000 men, a few elephants. Half the army dead, the rest keep walking. When Rome hears he crossed, they laugh. Impossible, they say. Then they see him. Ticino River, first battle. Hannibal uses his cavalry. His Numidian horsemen are the best in the world. They destroy the Roman cavalry. The Roman commander almost dies. His son saves him. The son's name is Scipio. Remember that name. Trebia River, winter, freezing water. Hannibal waits. Lets the Romans cross. They cannot feel their hands, cannot hold their swords. He hides 2,000 men in the bushes, ambush from behind. Romans trapped between river and enemy. Thousands drown, thousands more run. Rome is shocked. They send their best general, Flaminius, confident, aggressive, exactly what Hannibal wants. Lake Trasimene, morning fog so thick you cannot see 10 feet. Hannibal hides his army in the hills above a narrow valley. The Romans march in blind. They hear nothing, see nothing, then screaming from everywhere. 15,000 die in 3 hours. Flaminius dies without his helmet on. The lake runs red. Rome panics. They lock their gates. Wait for Hannibal to come. He does not come. No siege weapons. No supplies for siege. He waits in the fields, takes their farms, their food, their allies. Rome appoints a dictator, Fabius Maximus. He understands. Do not fight Hannibal. Starve him, follow him, harass him. Never engage. Fabius becomes the delayer. His army follows Hannibal everywhere. Never fights. Takes his supplies, his stragglers, his patience. Hannibal needs to break free. He is trapped in a valley. Fabius blocks every exit. The Romans think they finally have him. Night falls. The Romans see torches moving from Hannibal's camp toward the mountain pass. Thousands of torches. The army is escaping. Fabius waits. He trusts his blocking force. Morning comes, no army, only cattle with torches tied to their horns. Hannibal slipped through the unguarded pass. Fabius never fought him. Hannibal never fought him. He just left. Rome gets impatient. Fabius is a coward. They need a real general. They raise the biggest army they ever made. 86,000 men. Send them to Cannae. Cannae, flat ground, hot sun. Hannibal has 40,000, tired, hungry, outnumbered 2 to 1. He studies the Roman commanders. One is reckless, eager, overconfident. That one commands on the first day. Hannibal arranges his army in a crescent. Weakest in the middle, best on the edges. He tells his center one thing, run. The Romans advance, push forward. Hannibal's center runs. Romans chase. They push deeper, deeper. The crescent becomes a circle. Hannibal's wings close behind them. The trap shuts. Romans are packed so tight they cannot lift their swords, cannot swing, can only die. 70,000 Romans die that day, the worst defeat in Roman history ever. Hannibal loses 6,000. He walks among the dead, picks up gold rings from Roman officers, fills 3 baskets, sends them to Carthage, proof Rome refuses to quit, refuses to surrender, refuses to negotiate. They will fight forever. They learn. They stop fighting Hannibal directly. Attack his allies instead. Hannibal wins every battle for 15 years, never loses, never takes Rome, never goes home. His men grow old in Italy. His brother Hasdrubal brings reinforcements from Spain, crosses the Alps like Hannibal, almost reaches him. Roman armies intercept, kill Hasdrubal, cut off his head, throw it into Hannibal's camp. Hannibal sees his brother's face, says nothing, keeps fighting. Rome attacks Spain, takes it, attacks Africa. Carthage panics, recalls Hannibal. After 15 years, he must leave Italy. He sails back. He knows he will not return. Zama 202 BC, the final fight. He faces Scipio, the boy who saved his father at Ticino. Now a man, a general. He studied Hannibal, learned his tricks. Hannibal has 80 elephants. He lines them in front, charges. Scipio's men make corridors. Let the elephants pass. Trumpets blah. Elephants panic, turn back, trample their own men. Hannibal loses for the first time. He survives, runs, Carthage surrenders. The war is over. Peace. Hannibal becomes a politician, reforms the government, fixes the economy, pays Rome's indemnity. Rome watches, worries. Rome demands his arrest. He flees, exile, Tyre, Antioch, Crete, Armenia. Always running, always watched, always one step ahead. He advises kings, fights Rome through others, never stops, never forgets the oath. 183 BC, Bithynia, a small village by the sea. Roman soldiers surround his house. Old man now, 64 years, white hair, tired eyes, no escape. He looks out the window, sees nothing, sees everything. His father's face, the temple, the oath, the Alps, the blood, his brother's head, all of it. He takes a ring from his finger, hidden poison inside. He looks at it, smiles maybe, whispers maybe. Let us relieve the Romans, he says. They have waited so long for an old man to die. The ring opens. The poison goes down. The screen goes black. Rome burned his city, erased his name, but Roman mothers still told their children, "Be good or Hannibal will come." He never broke his oath. 9 years old. 57 years later, he kept his word. Hannibal, the enemy, the ghost, the man who haunted an empire. The temple where he swore as a boy still stands in memory. Wind blows through empty columns. The gods are gone. The oath remains. In Rome, they built monuments to their victories, but they never built one to Hannibal. They wanted to forget. They could not. His tactics are still taught in every military academy. West Point, Sandhurst, St. Cyr. The name Hannibal means ambush. Napoleon studied him. Wellington studied him. Patton studied him. Every general who ever lived asked, what would Hannibal do? The Alps still stand. Snow still falls. Tourists cross in hours. It took him 15 days of hell. Lake Trasimene is peaceful now. Fishermen cast their nets. They do not think of the water turning red. Cannae is farmland now. Wheat grows where 70,000 died. The soil is rich. It always is on battlefields. They found mass graves centuries later. Bones stacked like firewood. Roman bones. Carthaginian bones, together at last. His elephants are gone. Their species vanished. But their ghosts still march through Italian dreams. Scipio died in disgrace. Rome accused him of corruption. He left the city he saved. died alone. Hannibal's ghost must have smiled. Carthage was destroyed. Salt poured on its soil so nothing would grow. But something did grow, legend. The Romans wrote the history. They called him cruel, barbarian, enemy of civilization. But they wrote it because they feared him. He never lost a battle in Italy. 15 years, dozens of engagements, never defeated, until politics stole his war. What if Carthage had supported him? What if they sent reinforcements? What if Rome had lost one more battle? History turns on small things. His name means mercy of Baal. The god showed no mercy. Neither did he. War does not allow it. He spoke multiple languages. Read Greek philosophy. Appreciated art. He was not a barbarian. He was something worse. He was civilized and chose war. His soldiers loved him, not because he was kind, because he was competent. Men follow competence. They die for it. 20 years old, he commanded cavalry. 30, he crossed the Alps. 40, he was the most feared man alive. 50, he was running. His son grew up without him, never knew his father. Just stories, just a name, just the man who fought Rome. His wife waited. Years, decades, he never came home. War takes everything, even the chance to say goodbye. The day he left Carthage for Spain, he was 26. He never lived there again. 26 to 64, all exile. In Tyre, they welcomed him. Phoenician cousins, same gods, same language, but not home, never home. In Antioch, he told the king, attack Italy.
Sir,
the king refused. Rome lived another day.
Deck is clear, sir!
The king fell anyway.
To the next dock! Move!
In Crete, he hid from assassins, carried fake wealth, real gold in hollow statues, always thinking, always one step ahead. In Armenia, he built a city, Artaxata. It stood for centuries. The exile built what the conqueror could not, home. Rome never stopped hunting him. For 17 years, across the entire world, because one old man scared them more than any army. Flaminius died at Trasimene without his helmet. Varro survived Cannae but never commanded again. Scipio died in exile. Only Hannibal chose his death. The ring he used was probably given by his father, or maybe by Emilce, or maybe just something he picked up along the way. We do not know. The poison was from a plant, hemlock, same as Socrates. Philosopher's death for a soldier who loved philosophy. His last words were calm. Let us relieve the Romans, no anger. No fear, just tired acceptance. They had waited so long. The Romans burst in seconds too late. They found him on the floor. Still warm, still smiling, still winning. They took the ring, probably, maybe, history does not record. Someone wore it after. Someone always does. They buried him somewhere near Libissa. No marker, no tomb, no pilgrimages. Rome made sure of that. But the grave does not matter. The body does not matter. The legend walks without them. In 1959, they built a monument, Turkey, near where he died. A modern statue looking out at sea. Tourists take pictures. They do not know. His strategy is in video games now. Young men move digital armies and recreate Cannae. They do not know the blood was real. The word Hannibal appears in hundreds of books, movies, documentaries, podcasts. He sells. Fear always sells. There is a theory he was Ethiopian. Another says Spanish. Another says Greek. Everyone wants him. He belongs to no one. He belongs to history. No contemporary portrait survives. Coins show a face, bearded, strong nose. But coins lie. They always make you look like a god. So we imagine him, dark hair, intense eyes, the face of a man who saw too much and forgot nothing. His voice is lost. Did he speak with a lisp? Did he laugh loud? Did he whisper when angry? No recordings. No witnesses. Just silence. His handwriting is gone. Letters he wrote to Carthage. To his brother. To his wife. Burned, lost. Used to light fires by people who did not know. But we have the battles. The battles do not burn. They are carved into the earth, into memory, into every soldier who ever studied war. The Roman historian Livy called him cruel, inhuman, a monster. Livy never met him. Livy never fought him. Livy was afraid. Polybius was more fair, a Greek hostage who lived with Romans. He walked the Alps himself, retraced Hannibal's steps, tried to understand. Polybius asked, how did he keep their loyalty? How did mutiny never happen? How did 40,000 men follow one man through hell? The answer, he shared everything. Food, danger, cold, heat, victory, defeat. He asked nothing. They would not ask of themselves. When a soldier was wounded, Hannibal visited. When a soldier died, Hannibal remembered his name. They knew, they always know. His cavalry came from Numidia. Best riders in the world, they could turn mid-charge, throw spears backward, make horses dance. His infantry came from Spain, Libyans, Gauls, Africans, men, who did not speak each other's languages, but they understood Hannibal. His elephants came from Africa, forest elephants, smaller than African savanna elephants, but big enough to terrify Rome. Only one elephant survived the war, Surus the Syrian. He had one tusk. Hannibal rode him through Italy, a one-tusked elephant and his general. Surus died somewhere. No marker, no monument, but elephants never forget. Neither do we. The Roman army was citizen soldiers, farmers who fought in summer. Hannibal's army was professional, men who fought forever. That was the difference. But Rome had something Hannibal did not: unlimited men. When 70,000 died, they raised 80,000 more. Carthage could not. Carthage cared about money, trade, profit. Hannibal cared about victory. He could not make them understand. Merchants never understand soldiers. He sent his brother with reinforcements, the brother who grew up with him, who crossed the Alps like him, who almost reached him. The Romans intercepted, killed him, cut off his head, rode to Hannibal's camp, threw it inside. Hannibal picked it up, looked at his brother's face. He said, I recognize my brother's fate, that was all. Then he ordered dinner. War does not stop for grief. Grief waits. That night, alone in his tent, he wept. No one saw. No one recorded. But he was human. Humans weep. Next morning, he was Hannibal again. The mask back on. The war continuing. The dead forgotten. They are never forgotten. Hasdrubal's head was returned to the family? Probably not. Buried somewhere. Or just thrown away. War is not sentimental. Hannibal had other brothers, Mago, also a general, also died in the war. The Barca family gave everything. Rome gave nothing back. His father started this, Hamilcar, the lightning. He drowned, his body never found. The sea took him, the sea that separated him from Rome. His son-in-law Hasdrubal the Handsome was assassinated. A slave avenged a personal grudge. History turns on slaves' grudges. The Barca family was cursed, or blessed, depends who tells the story. They burned bright, then they burned out. Carthage fell in 146 BC, 57 years after Zama Scipio. Aemilianus led the final assault, adopted grandson of the Scipio who beat Hannibal. They say Scipio wept. He quoted Homer. The day will come when sacred Troy shall fall. He knew Rome would fall too. All cities fall. They sowed salt. Or maybe that's a myth. But they sowed something, ruin, silence, absence, where Hannibal's home once stood. For 100 years, no one lived there. Then Romans built a new city, Roman Carthage, with Roman temples, Roman gods, no memory of Barca. But underneath, the old stones remained. Punic stones, Hannibal stones, buried but there, waiting to be found. They found his house? Maybe. A large Punic house near Bursa Hill. Could be his, could be anyone's. History is uncertain. They found his harbor. The circular war harbor of Carthage. 200 ships could hide there. Rome never found them all. The harbor is a circle now. Just a circle in the ground. Tourists walk around it. They do not see the ghosts of 200 warships. His name survives in unusual places. Hannibal, Missouri. Hannibal, New York. Hannibal the cannibal in fiction, twisted but remembered. There is a Hannibal in mathematics. Hannibal's theorem, something about triangles, nothing to do with war, everything to do with mind. There is a Hannibal in chess, famous game, a famous sacrifice. He would have appreciated it. The ultimate strategist. There is a Hannibal in astronomy, a crater on the moon. He looks down on Earth every night, watches Rome, still watching. The moon crater is small, not important, but it means something, that we put his name where it cannot be erased, among the stars. His strategy is in business books now. Hannibal's tactics for market dominance. He would laugh. Then he would conquer your market. His name is a brand. Cigars, cigarettes, a train, a type of pasta. They sell him. He would not mind. He sold war. This is softer. There is a Hannibal festival in Italy. Every year, they reenact the battles. Men dress as Romans and Carthaginians. Hannibal always wins. In Spain, they remember him too. Saguntum has a museum, the siege that started it all. Tourists walk through. Imagine the terror. In Tunisia, he is a national hero. They put him on stamps, on money. The exile finally came home. On paper, on postage. But the real Hannibal is gone. The man who bled, who wept, who swore at 9 and kept his word at 64, gone. We have only stories, told by enemies, written by conquerors, filtered through 2,000 years of retelling. How much is true? Did he really cross with elephants? Probably. Did he really use vinegar on rocks? Maybe. Does it matter? The story matters. The story of one man who scared an empire so badly they hunted him for 17 years. That is true. Fear is always true. Rome survived, conquered the world, lasted 1,000 more years, but they never stopped looking over their shoulder, waiting for Hannibal. When Rome fell, did Hannibal's ghost laugh? Probably not. Ghosts do not laugh. They just watch. They have eternity. His body lies somewhere near the Sea of Marmara, under soil, under grass, under a parking lot maybe. Progress does not ask permission. His soul, if souls exist, it is free, crossing mountains, leading ghost armies, doing what he always did, fighting. His oath is fulfilled. Rome fell, Carthage fell, all empires fall. Only the oath remains. Swear nothing, or swear everything. So what do we learn from Hannibal? That one person can change history. That courage is not enough. That enemies never forget. That strategy matters more than strength. That the mind is the sharpest weapon. That Rome was not invincible, no one is. That you can win every battle and lose the war. That politics matters. That home matters. That someone is always waiting. That oath sworn at 9 can be kept at 64. That words matter. That promises matter. That you are what you swear. Hannibal, the enemy, the ghost, the man who haunted an empire. Remember his name.